Hello, today we're going to talk about Siegfried, and this is a follow-up to the last video we did focusing on Sophia and the basics of Soulcalibur, so we're going to keep this still kind of simple, but now we get to look at it from two different perspectives. Last time we talked about how Sophia just wants to do quick pokes, attack back, and punish people for doing moves. Now we're going to look at Siegfried and how he wants you to block a move so that he can set up his offense even better. Now, to do this, the training dummy is set up simply in dummy character settings. Action 1 is to guard, action 2 is to attack back. So this lets us see if something is safe. So we can attack Sophia, and then she swings back at us, and we can see whether or not we get hit. And that's really what Sophia was all about for us last game, and now the training dummy can simulate that so we can see what we're doing. So that Sophia is us from the last video, but now we're Siegfried, and we gotta learn some Siegfried, and we're gonna do that again by focusing on one simple move. However, this move has a lot of variations, and that's important. And what that is forward A. If you hold the A, you go into a stance. Oh man, that's already basically two moves. If you just do forward A, it's a little poke. But if you hold it, you drop into stance. And that's where our mix-up is going to stem from. Because once you're in stance, pressing B will do a forward jab, or pressing kick will do a low kick. So it's either low or mid, which is the basics of most mix-ups. You can't defend against both of those. So we want to put Sophia into a situation where she blocks our 4A, and then we get to follow up with either a low or a mid. Well, there's one problem with that. If we do it, she's fast. She's not having any of that shit. And that is why there is one more very crucial, important part to this whole equation, and that's forward AA. Or forward AB. So it's the same move, but you don't go into stance. You just continue the attack. So she's gonna block it, and she gets stuffed. Both of them do the same thing. Eventually, Sophia's going to realize, hold on, I have to block here. That hits me every single time. And that's when you come in and give them the low kick. Once they start ducking to try and block that low, well, that's when you come in and you give the mid attack, which will hit them out of their crouch. If they start blindly attacking you during this, that's when you remind them why they were blocking in the first place, and you go back to this. The one thing you're going to have to watch out for though in this game, and Sophia, you on the other end can potentially use this as well, is reversal edge. That's reversal edge. That, again, blocks anything. So whether you're going to go mid or low, it doesn't matter. They're feeling pressured. That's kind of their panic button to say, I'm going to get out of jail free. And that's why we need also, in our pocket, an answer to that. So, when you're in the stance in front of them, all stance switches in Soulcalibur, by the way, are B plus K, except for Aswell, he's a weirdo. So, you're going to press up or down B plus K. That'll stance transition you into this one, where you hold the sword behind your back. It'll roll you out of the way of the reversal edge, so it most likely won't hit you, but even just to be sure, if you press A plus B here, you get a guard break attack, and that'll beat it. So, you have the mix-up, and if they really want to, pull out their emergency card here and not take it, you have an answer to that. Now, before we jump into a game, one last thing I want to talk about. As Siegfried, these are the things you shouldn't do. These are bad, and most Siegfrieds do them. I've played enough online Siegfrieds to know when someone's dumb and doing the bad, basic, easy button mash thing. Again, same for Sophia, AAA is terrible. They're all highs, and for Siegfried, they're really slow. They're easy to notice that they're high, and if you're fighting against the Siegfried, you should be ducking against them. It's pretty easy to do, and another reason why you want to duck these especially is because he can do AA, B. The B goes low. So if you're ducking the highs, you are already there ready to guard against this low. This is another situation where you can't attack back at Siegfried, and it's kind of a mix-up, but it's really not very much in his favor. So when he does that low attack, he can follow it up with a kick, and that beats out attacks. So you can block that, but nothing is going to beat that forward charge. What you want to do is block the charge, and then you can punish him. So a lot of Siegfrieds get themselves in this losing situation, where they do that, they go low, then they panic and say, oh shit. The safest, easiest, best thing they can do is forward K, or just K rather, and then you're going to want to wait for that and then punish them. Another part of this is just that Siegfried's AA is terrible. It's extremely slow, And if you want to catch people sidestepping, he has much better horizontals for that. And you really should never use his AA. What you're going to want to go with is the weird input of AGA. Now, it's a little bit weird to get used to at first, but what you're doing is sliding from A down to G. I put my thumb across it, and then what I do is I touch my left trigger on the back, which is your grab hotkey, which has AG inputs in it, so slide down, then left trigger. And if you do it as fast as possible, you also get adjust frame, which does more damage. So, if you want to take your Siegfried up to the next level, practice that AGA. Alright guys, we're already in a game. I know it's already underway, and you really don't understand where we're at right now, but that's because I keep using other moves, and I don't want to do that, and it's really hard to focus in a match and remind myself to only do the things I've told myself to do. Again, your defense is still important. She's doing her attacks. We gotta watch out, get in close on a Sung Mina, who is a long-range attacker, and do our shenanigan that we're trying to set ourselves up for. Looks like she still wants to block the low. And time is up, but that's okay. Because we figured out she doesn't like blocking that low attack. We're ready to go in and use that as our mix-up. Once she blocks the low, then the game is on. Alright? She's gonna do a lot of lows. Let's try and sidestep that low. Or rush in. Guard low. Gets hit by it again. She doesn't like mix-ups. She doesn't like trying new things. She doesn't catch on very quickly. She learned to block it low. Okay, so we're going in for the mid. I forgot the follow-up. I don't play Siegfried much. It's okay. We all make mistakes. You're not gonna get it at first. I held down K, so that dropped me into the stance. Another thing I need to learn not to do, but that's alright. That's all fine. It's a learning experience for all of us. Also, might as well throw a 3K in there. 3K is one of Siegfried's fastest moves, so if you're actually getting rushed down and not by a fast character like this, just 3K on most of these characters. Nightmare as well is very good. Block low, he wants it. He wants... See? It's important to know what your opponent wants. This guy, I don't think, still realizes what I want. He's not paying enough attention. Again, I'm still holding the K. I don't play Siegfried, guys! I'll just throw a grab in. He likes blocking him. Mid. He's not blocking low still. So we'll keep doing the low. He's gotta block this low, right? No, he's mashing super because he's panicking. And you're better than that, right? You're not gonna be in the situation he's in. You've got a plan. Make sure you go into your fight with a plan. Even if it's a one-move plan. Keep it simple, right? I feel bad. He's learning to jump! He's trying to jump, so... Let's do the forward AAs. So we don't even have to do the mix-up. Just remember that he remembers why he's blocking in the first place, right? Now give him the low again. Alright. Not bad, pretty good. Now, obviously a lot of these opponents are going to be lower rated because rating is based on character, and I've barely played any Siegfried at all since Soulcalibur launch, so they're not going to be that good. But also, we're also assuming that, you know, potentially you are not that good, and you're starting from 0 RP as well. And I guess this is to show, you know, doing something simple like that, you can still beat people. You can still come in and beat people who are also new and learning, because it didn't look like he had a plan. The map is loading in. Right now you should be formulating a plan based on the opponent. Maybe you don't know too much about your enemies yet, but Talim, she's really fast, she's going to be in our face. She might really not give us too much time to set up this thing we want to set up, so what are some things we're going to have to focus on here? Kicks. Kicks are really fast, they're going to interrupt Talim, we got to remember to use those. Also, kicks. Let's just kick her. 3K, 6K, throw a 3K in there. See how he reacts to him. After the first one, it looked like he was continuing to attack after it, so we'll kick, block. He does a lot of highs. That was not a high, though. We're using our first round to learn what he does. Let's start doing the 4A mix-up, see how he reacts to that. He looks to attack a lot. People who play faster characters love to attack, so we're going to assume the mix-up isn't necessary and he's going to unblock until we teach him not to. Okay, now he's ready for the mix-up. And we'll kick him low because he's going to stand there and block afterwards. Now, we're probably going to get that low kick on a man like this probably like 3 to 4 times before he realizes what's going on. Now, he tried to attack that one too, so let's remind him. Okay, he remembers. He remembers. Oh, I keep holding that K. Bad habit. Looks like he wants to reverse ledge. I noticed he's tried to do it a couple times, but he might just be getting sick of our shit. So let's try and do the other thing we talked about. The next time we get him to block a 4A. Once he stops jumping around like a ballerina. A little bit of a guard break action. Should probably be able to follow that up afterwards because you're usually at advantage after a guard break. Don't know Siegfried super well, but I'd imagine. And he's just gonna, he's doing some weird Talum shit I haven't seen before. I'm just jumping over my head and not really sure what's happening. Like, so most characters, I actually don't know on Siegfried, while your back is turned, your B plus K is your back attack on every character. Let's see if that's Siegfried next time he jumps over us. I don't know, suddenly he wants to block it. Probably not much more. Yep. So that puts him into a stance which parries, and then you can lift it over your head with a B press, which hits behind you. It's a little bit different for Siegfried. Kick this man. Trying to ult me. We don't use ults here. Because then you look like a fool. And you're gonna feel like a fool. Alright. Chump slammed. He, I think his plan is... A. And then sometimes he accidentally does Talum stances. And he doesn't know where he's going. So... I'm gonna hand my control over to my brother. I'm gonna let my brother play this round. Oh, hey, I'm your brother. I'm the good guy at Soulcalibur. I'm just gonna show you how it's supposed to be done here. Yeah, so really you just want to beat him up like this. You don't want to give him a chance to do anything. You stupid tutorial videos, bro. You're so dumb. Just hit the guy, lol. Okay, I get it. Give me the controller back. I'm gonna stick to my basics. That's cool. You think you're all tough and stuff. But Mom never liked you anyway. All I have is 3B. Let's fight another toddler anyway. He has a bit more RP. He's on an 8-win streak. We're gonna give this guy 1 game. Nice little send out, see if he can stand up to the test of our eternal 6A mix-up. Also, if I said 4A at any point during this video, I also just said porn. Sometimes I say things wrong. It's forward A. Don't listen to me. Actually, totally listen to me. Because he's a long-range character, again, he's more likely to hold block when we attack, so now we're teaching him not to. He doesn't like that. The further he is away, the more we want to use forward AA, because that has a lot of reach. He likes to poke our legs. Oh, unfortunate. Kick. He at least knows how to block. The other guy was being weird. This guy is being thoughtful. It's just that when you're in someone's face and you give them this mix-up, your options are kind of limited. Unless he breaks out the reverse ledge, then I'm gonna have to start learning how to do the twirl into that. Which it looks also messed him up there just from the fact that we stance transition. He's like, oh, now's my time. No, it's not your time, man. It's Siegfried's time. I'm not open. I'm closed for business! Beat him out of a super. You can mash a guard break during that low, otherwise she lifts you over her head. So it's kind of an attack grab. You can actually break it. Not a lot of things do that you might consider attack grabs. Some of them are just fancy animations. Sung Mina's always like to go for that low stab. So on our approaches, we're always trying to keep an eye out for it. Sometimes on Sung Mina, I swear, you can just throw in a jumping attack and you'll be fine, and you'll probably jump a low. Siegfried's jumping attacks apparently, though, are incredibly slow, which I did not know. And, I wouldn't really recommend him. It looks like he has to land before he swings. Most characters don't do that. Oh man, I stood up into that. He doesn't like me. Quick kick because he wants me to not do a 4A in his face. The more distance we have to close, the more likely I am to just want to run in and kick him. We did forward B by accident. That also has a similar mix-up. So if you do forward B, you go into a different stance. And that one will give you your quick knee, which really beats out like any attack he tries to do. Creates the same situation again. Really, that's what Siegfried is all about on all of his moves. You just need to, you know, understand which ones are quick, which ones are beating your opponent, and what to do. Have a plan for what to do when they do what you want them to do. So if you want them to block, you know what to do. We're gonna mix in some 3B, because you're using 3B a lot during Siegfried. It's a very important move for him. Goes into that stance. If they block, you're going into the knee, because it's so quick if they try and punish with anything. Also, 3B combos with his kick, even if you launch. So just doing the knee is great. I guess on counter hit they go high. See, we're learning together. Anytime you make a mistake, like, oh shit, counter hit launchers them higher. You know, just keep track of what you're doing wrong. Take it into training mode later. And figure out how you can improve it. Yay. Alright guys, well, I think this is good enough. I'll see you later. Trying to think of things to say. I ain't got them. You know what I do got? I got A, no, no, like, how do I win? No, come on, I'm in there, I'm open, come on, why isn't it working? Fucking noob. Yeah, give him the bull rush, yeah. There we go. Yes, it's working for now. This is a good, oh, you ducked, what the fuck? This opponent's cheating.